Everybody, wanted to do a video today on the one of the little cook kits that I put together. This is a DIY cook kit. Consists of a couple soup cans, tuna fish can, sterno, things like that. Has 3 different ways to cook or heat or boil your water with it. So let's go ahead and open this thing up and see what we got. This kit you can put together for just a couple of dollars. First off, the fuels. We have a can of sterno. This is 2.5 hours of cooking, and also you can use the gel to start a fire with timbers if you needed to. And then this is a fancy heat, which is picked up at the dollar store, Dollar Tree, for $1. And also the neat thing about these is they're actually refillable. You can drill a hole here and refill them. I would not recommend putting denatured alcohol in here, but you can, and I have used the heat. Heat is a little bit less volatile than denatured alcohol. I don't know exactly the numbers, but it seems to work pretty decently. So you could do something like that. Okay, so, but you could just pretty much stick with the sterno if you wanted to do that, depending on what your preferences are. Nice to have around the house too, in case of a power outage. You can always heat up a smoke meal or something. But anyway, this is pretty much how it works. You get your fire going and you set your cook pot on there, and there you go. This allows oxygen to come in and extract, and this by itself does a really good job. This is overall the best heat to use, I found, over this. This because it wicks. It has a wick on it. It has a smaller flame. This will work. It just takes a little bit longer. All right. So now getting into the cook kit part of it itself, again we have a tuna fish can, and I use paper hole punch to punch a series of holes in there. You can also use a tuna fish can, which is easier to punch holes in because it's aluminum. It's a little bit taller, and actually that probably would work a little bit better, gives you a little bit more of an air gap. But cat food can or tuna fish can works great. I chose the tuna fish can because if you take this tuna fish can with you, it gives you something to eat, and then when you're done with it, then you can poke it full of holes and turn it into a cook kit. When you go out, go ahead and bring yourself, when you go out camping or hiking, bring yourself a tuna fish can, and I prefer it in oil because the oil's flammable. And then this is a Progresso soup can, and you'll notice it has like this bevel on the bottom of it. And that's what you're looking for because the bevel fits perfectly inside the tuna fish can, like so. Okay. Now the lid is got it at the pet store, and if you notice, it's got 2 different sizes on it. It's got 2 different ring diameters. It fits perfectly on top of the Progresso soup can, which is the same size as the tuna fish can, and it also fits on your standard like 16 or 15 ounce soup cans, and I think this was a can of corn. So a nice little lid. Okay, I'll get into this in a minute. But, okay, inside the Progresso soup can has a peel top on it. So then again, you can have whatever Progresso soup you want, and that'll be like your first meal when you made your kit. And then the lid from the tuna fish can will act as a lid for your Progresso soup can to help keep the heat in, which will in turn help heat your water, boil your water faster. So then you have a drinking cup, a cup you can eat out of, and the lid. And this will work for several. You can reuse this over and over again until the metal starts to rust up and whatnot. But if you keep it dry, it'll work pretty good. Okay, now, so you've seen we have 2 different ways to heat. Now this is the 3rd way to heat. What I've put together in here is I've got some matches and some fuel. These are little fuel pellets, and a candle, and a lighter, and I cut a hole in the soup can so that I could fit. This is a tomato paste can, and that fits right inside there, like so. Okay, everybody knows what that is, a little rocket stove. Okay, so here's method number 3 of cooking your food. Now, this can will fit on here, and this can, the tuna fish can, will fit nicely inside of one of those. Or, what you'll see is when you cut out the bottom of your tuna fish can, don't go all the way to the outside, go to the center, because there's a little ring there. And that ring lines up perfectly to fit on top of a standard soup can. So now you fill this with some sticks, you get that going, and you know, you could use the wax or the fuel pellets here, and get yourself a little fire going. Drop one of those in there, get your fire going, and there. Now you can cook your food with some sticks and branches that you may find out in the woods, versus using up your fuel. So you have a multitude of different ways about heating up your ration for the day or whatever. I mean, it's small. I mean, this is 19 ounces, but you know, for what it costs and how much room it takes up, I think this is a pretty good overall kit. It's pretty cheap and effective, and I just wanted to share that with you. As you can tell, it's smoked up pretty good. I've used it quite a bit. And it's a pretty cool little thing, and you got to bring food with you anyway. So, Progresso soup can, tuna fish and oil, can of corn, this is what was this? This is tomato paste. Oh, last thing here is this is the I cut this out of the bottom of a denatured alcohol can, but you could, if you took Spam with you, you could cut the bottom of the Spam can out and use that as your shelf for your rocket heater. Anyway, so there's the kit, and it all goes back together real fast and real easy. So let's go ahead and drop it all back together. Except for when you drop it, it goes way over there. Okay, now everything fits back in there, and then put the lid on this one. See how it fits on that lid, and it fits on this lid. That goes there, and this is I like these because when you're done with it, you can snuff it out, you know, and that's one thing I do like about this particular can. You could probably, and I don't know, you could maybe use an Esbit type stove. I don't have one of those, but I was going to try to alter one of these and take this out and put some holes in, see if I can make an Esbit type of stove. And that goes there, and that goes there, and because of the case I keep it in, I flip it upside down, put the sock or the jacket back over it, tie it up, and there you go. There's a DIY cook mess kit that you can take with you. Very affordable, very cheap. You probably got all this stuff laying around your house. So thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next video.